Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to another session of Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. Thank you very much. This is my contact information, and if you want to send me an email, I love getting emails from you, and if you want to send some of your tiles or artwork to me that way, I love seeing that also. If you post on social media, I ask you to use @BBL_tangles, and that way I get a notice that you have added something, and I get to go look at it, and I love doing that. All right, today is going to be a mindful monotangle. And a reminder to you that there are no mistakes, and being mindful means that we are present in this moment. And before we get started, I want to share something with you. I am so guilty of falling down the rabbit hole of social media, meaning Instagram and Facebook, and I get on my phone and I just scroll and scroll, and then I ask myself, why am I here? What am I doing other than looking at endless things that are not benefiting me, I guess is the best way to say that. I downloaded an app called Off Screen, and now I need to go to that app and turn it off temporarily and decide, let's say that I want to be on Facebook for 10 minutes so that I can look at comments and reply or whatever. And I love it because instead of those hours of looking on my phone, now I am forced to think first. Okay, I guess that's the best way to put it. Think first before I do it. And some of the times when you say click on Facebook, a little quote comes up. And this one came up yesterday. I had already done this tile, and I was waiting to put something in the center. And this is what it said. Whatever choice you make makes you. Choose wisely. I thought, that's it. That's what I want to put in the center of that tile. And I just wanted to share that with you. I will not be on Facebook and Instagram very often now. And I mean, I'm going to be on there daily, but not for hours. Okay, just saying. All right. I'm grateful for that app. I'm grateful for my daughter and that she suggested it. And I'm always grateful for Zentangle in my life, and I'm grateful that I can share it with you. The pattern I want to share with you today is called Fassett, and it's by Lynn Mead. And it's been around for a while, but I happened to come across some tiles that I had done in the past, and this is one that I did this morning, and it's super easy. It's just triangles, and you'll see as we get into it that it's just very easy to do and very mindful, and I love how it looks. I did this one on a Renaissance tile, and I used brown in the center and black around the outside, and then I used a rust color pastel pencil to shade the inside and the border. Now, I'm not going to change colors on you today, but just wanted you to see some of the options. Okay, so the pattern is Fassett, and it's by Lynn Mead. And she is a CZT. And just very basically, I want to show you because she has a tangleation of this. And you might want to try that too. So it's just a triangle. And you add auras. Sorry, I hope I didn't bump the camera. Very simply. Okay, and then just connect the tips like that. Doing that kind of fast. But her other one is Fassettoo. And that one, the difference is, and you start with the triangle. I guess I could zoom in, huh? Okay. And for Fassettoo, it's a line, kind of reminds me of paradox, except these are just straight lines. I guess it's more like hybrid or something. Anyway, very easy. This is Fassettoo. And you just keep adding your lines. I did that one a little sloppy, but it's okay. No mistakes, right? And then just stop when you're ready. Okay, so there's Fassett and there's Fassettoo. So I want to show you what I did this morning. This is a combination. This is Fassett, and this one over here is Fassett also. And then in here is Fassettoo. But then I also tried this with wavy lines, okay? And I just thought it was kind of interesting, the effect that it gave. And then you could go in and just fill in the little center triangles. I like how that looks. And that's what I did on that one. And I haven't shaded this one. Like I said, it was just kind of part of my morning meditation and my what if. What if I did wavy lines? How would that look? And looks kind of interesting. All right, so on to the tile for today. I will be using a Micron 01. And today I'm going to use a gray Zentangle 3.5 inch tile, black Micron 01, a graphite pencil, which is just a number 2 pencil, and a blending tool known as a tortillion. And I keep this in there just to keep the tip pushed out a little bit. You can do this in any color on any paper that you want to. Do it in a sketchbook. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay. Sorry, just had a phone call, so I had to answer that. Anyway, do this whatever color with whatever pen and paper, pencil, whatever you have. It's just a super easy, mindful pattern to do. I'm going to do it just like I did this one, okay? And so I am going to start with the 4 corner dots. And then my border. And I'm going to make it straight, somewhat straight. You might notice I still have nail polish. I decided it was fun. You don't see much of me, just my hands, so might as well make my nails look better. And they're not perfect. Not perfect fingernails. I forget. It's hard to get these to look right. Okay, so I have my border. I'm going to divide this in half just because it helps me. And the way I do that is I just kind of do that in the air first. Doing this lightly. Okay, I'm going to do it across this way also. Okay, and now I'm going to put a box in the center, a square. And these diagonal lines just help me to make that even. And you could do it with pen first. I think that one's a little bit off, so. The perfectionist in me wants to fix it. And then I'm going to put a dot there at the center. And then that helps me just kind of divide that up better. So a dot there. I'm not looking for perfect lines. This is about in the center. And you could just do this with ink to begin with. Okay, so when I did this one, this part, all of this I did in brown, okay? And then I did all the rest of these in the black, but we're gonna make this a little bit more mindful and do it all in one color, because switching colors a lot kind of disturbs your train of thought. Let's go ahead and ink these in. If you're new to my channel, I don't speed things up, but you can use the YouTube controls to make this go faster if you would like. Okay. Same thing if I'm going too fast. You could use YouTube controls to slow it down. I also do not put music. I find that when I try to watch a YouTube video where someone is talking and there's music in the background, it's disturbing to me. And so I don't do that. I only have one video where I added music and it was a fail. It did not go well. So if you happen to come across that video, it says, "Excuse the music," or "Please forgive me for the music." Anyway, I wish I had not done it, but it was such a long video to make that I couldn't redo it. So, okay, I'm just connecting lines. Trying to straighten this out a little bit. So now we have a tile full of triangles. You can start wherever you want. I think I'll start in the center. And again, we're just going to add auras. And I'm going to try to not spin my tile too much. I'll just turn it a little bit each time. Going to attempt to have my auras be about the same distance. But if they're not, it's not going to matter. Some of them are going to be a little wobbly, like that one, and that's okay. So I mentioned that I was trying to not spend so much time on social media. And part of what I did with my extra time this morning was I took my dog for a walk in a local park. Actually, it's Challenger Park, which is named for the Challenger 7 crew that from NASA. I live very close to the NASA Johnson Space Center, and I was working there when the Challenger accident happened. Well, I was working there when both of them happened, both of the shuttle accidents. Anyway, went for a 45-minute walk. My dog was tired. I do want to spend more time taking care of my health. I am 70 years old and I want to be healthy enough to do some fun things and do some traveling. My kids want me to do some things with them. One of the first things I want to do, well, I'm going to Zen again in April. And then next summer, I want to go to Sedona, Arizona, and see a dark night sky. When I was a kid in West Texas in the early 60s, we could see the Milky Way at night. And I remember seeing the Perseid, I think is how you say it, meteor shower. My dad worked a night shift, and he called my mom in the middle of the night, woke her up, said, "Get the kids outside." And it was one of the most spectacular things I have ever seen in my life. It was so awesome. And I've never seen anything like that again. Of course, being in the Houston, Texas area, where there's just so many homes and businesses and light pollution, you can barely see the stars at night. And like I said, it's on my bucket list. I want to go see the Milky Way again. And I've also wanted to go to Sedona. And so I'm going to do both of those sometime next year. Okay, so while I'm chatting, I'm just adding these triangles. You could do this in different colors, like I did on that other one, on that other tile. And I'm actually forgetting to tell you the next step on this. But let me do this one and then I'll show you. So we had a hurricane pass near us this week. We thought it was going to come closer, but it went into Louisiana instead. We got rain from the very outer bands, but we are still in the height of hurricane season. Isn't that cool? That's kind of cool, just like that. You could put different patterns, put something else out here. You could put Fassettoo on the outside. But I'm going to stick with just this Monotangle. Okay, so what you do next is connect these corner parts. And don't just do a straight line because they're not going to be straight. Go from corner to corner, corner. See, this one's going to turn a little bit. Okay? Just till you get to that triangle. And then I like to go ahead and fill in that center triangle. All right? I'm going to do this one. And you can tell it's not an exact straight line. That one was pretty close. This one's not. And when we add the shading on there, you're not going to see that. Not that it matters, because there's no mistakes. Okay. Very simple. And you could even, like I said, just think about what if I didn't add those lines here in the center. Kind of cool looking. But I'm going to finish it. It's almost a curve. Okay. I will leave a link to Lynn Mead's page where she shows Fassettoo, I think. Not sure, I think she has a page for both of those. But you can find a link to the step outs in the tanglepatterns.com website. It's always my go-to place for Zentangle patterns, that and Mr. Kell. I always have links in the description below my videos. If you see a few things below the video, it will say ... more. Click on that and you'll see links and information. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, so let's continue. I tell you what, I'm gonna make this a duo tangle. Let's see what it looks like if we put Fassettoo on the outside. Just for fun. And I'm just going to keep going kind of in a clockwise direction for the next line. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. What do you think? Okay. Trying to keep these about the same distance. If it's not perfect, it's okay. So we'll call this almost a monotangle. I like patterns that repeat like this. I put on a podcast this morning and listened for a while, and then I turned it off and just sat in the quiet of the morning and drew straight lines. Very relaxing. For me, a very zen way to start my day. And then to go walking in the quiet and the trees and the mosquitoes. I am in the Houston area and we have lots of mosquitoes, especially after the rain that we have had lately. And you don't have to fill in these center triangles, okay? And also, if you look at Lynn's Fassett, I believe it's that one, her triangles are just, they're not perfect triangles, okay? And that makes for a very interesting pattern. Another thing, since you still have a few minutes, that Another thing I want to do is find out more about my ancestry. My maiden name is Buford, B-U-F-O-R-D, but way back in England or that area, it was Beaufort, B-E-A-U-F-O-R-T, and there is a Beaufort Castle that I just want to go see it. But I did find out when I was watching an ancestry video, this lady, her last name for some of her ancestors was Carlisle. And she went to the Carlisle Castle. I thought, oh my gosh, my grandfather's last name was Buford. My grandmother's last name was Carlisle. And I'm not saying that either one of those is directly related to me, but how cool is that? And so I got on Google Maps and looked it up, and those two castles are only 5 hours apart. So now I have something else on my bucket list. I want to go look at those two castles. Won't that be cool? Okay, I'm going to make that one a little bit smaller. And I told my daughter about it yesterday. So she wants to go, of course. We might make it a family trip. I have 2 sons and 2 daughters. I have 5 grandchildren. All right, we're almost there. So you can do this again without me talking and just have a nice, mindful, Zen time drawing. Okay, let's fill that one in. Okay, so our monotangle has turned into a duotangle. And I don't know that you can tell the difference all that much. But again, the very center is Fassett, and the outside is Fassettoo. All right, now we're going to add our shading, which is going to be very simple. I'm going to start in the center on these lines that we did for Fassett. So very simple shading. That's always my preference, is to keep things simple. Another thing that you can do is like put graphite inside every other line. Or like I said, do this in different colors. Just have fun with it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and blend those just so we can see what that looks like. And I'm just kind of pushing that graphite into the paper, okay? And then I'm pulling it on each side of that line. I think the end of my tortillion is getting kind of soft. I'm going to have to get a new one. You can get any of these supplies from Zentangle.com. You can get little bags of tortillion, the blending tools from Amazon. I have a variety that I got in one bag years ago, so I have plenty of them. Isn't that cool? Shading makes such a difference. Okay, and you can go back and add more. That's kind of cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here. And after we do this, I'm not sure that we'll see much of a difference in the two patterns. The biggest difference is how you drew them. So I have not actually started recording any of my Inktober videos yet. I've decided I'm going to finish recording my September videos first so that I can just focus on Inktober. And one of my favorite things to do is these monotangles. So you may get another one or two of these. But I think that you have enjoyed them. I always love to know what you think. Let's see, I missed these. I love reading your comments. And when you leave comments, it does make a big difference for my YouTube channel. It helps other people find it because it, when you hit the like button and you leave comments, it helps it to show up on other feeds as suggested videos. And that may be how you found my channel to begin with. And if so, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the super thanks and the coffee.com. You guys are the best. You just... I sit here in tears sometimes with some of the comments that I get. It's just so cool. All right, did I miss any? That's kind of cool, just like that, isn't it? So you could add more graphite there if you wanted to. You know what, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. So instead of putting the graphite on the outside, it gives you that cool pattern inside. That's neat. So with having Fassettoo, it doesn't look that different, does it? Cool. All right, so now you've actually learned two patterns. Let's add our chop. I think I'll put mine right here in the center. I encourage you to put the pattern names on the back. Sign it and date it. And again, this was Fassett, F-A-S-S-E-T-T, and Fassettoo. And it's by Lynn Mead. I encourage you to look at her website. She has some fantastic things that she sells. Just went blank on the name. She has this tangle deck. And these are really, really good tutorials. Okay, there we go. Fassett and Fassettoo. Okay, and then appreciate again. All right, so it's been a busy day. My son came over, so there we go. Thank you again so much. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button, leave me a comment, and share. And come back again, my dear friends. I love sharing with you and appreciate you very, very much. And I will see you next time. I hope you have a great week. Bye.